So why do you care what I have to say? IT has been my only job my entire life, right out of high school back in 1981. So I worked on the original IBM PC all the way to where we are today. And it's a field that I just love being in. It's constant learning. If you can imagine, when I started PCS, or Professional Computer Support, in 1989, there was no internet. There was no email. And so as we continue to add these functions, we had to keep learning and keeping up with the technology. And I found that really rewarding. But also I got my corporate experience at Bain & Company back in the mid 80s. And Bain & Company is an international management consulting firm. And in 1989, we fought our first virus. It was a Jerusalem virus, and it would do something to your computer every 13 minutes. And it took us a while to figure it out, but once we did, I actually talked to John McAfee on the phone. He was answering his own phone at the time, and we were able to get the fix to resolve that. And believe it or not, that virus was spread over floppy disks, right? So these type of things that I'm going to talk about today have been going on a long time in this industry. We started out with those viruses back in the day, and you had to have some type of virus protection on your computer. You had to pay for that, an added cost for IT. Then we got email, and then spam hit hard. We had to have spam filters, another added cost for IT, and it's been developing to the point where it's getting to the point where people, organizations, either nonprofits or attorneys or other different types of industries really have to start paying attention to your IT, and I'll show you why. This is a video of me, or audio. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess it didn't make it. So this is actually a video. Do we have sound on this? Okay, my point of showing this video is that this person doesn't exist. This is AI, right? So I just got back from Nashville, Tennessee this morning around 10 a.m. Took a 6:40 flight. I had the pleasure to attend Galactic Advisors, Galactic Universe the last few days. And I actually got to speak yesterday on how I've been able to successfully roll out what we call compliance as a service for our clients. And there are thousands of businesses being attacked right now as we speak that you do not see in the news. I used to see incidences probably about once every quarter a few years ago. Now I see them every day. I've seen nonprofits lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. There was a nonprofit up in Marin, and their CFO got phished. So the hackers got really smart. They didn't do anything. They just monitored the email account until they found an opportunity to scam them out of $137,000. So when the CEO called me that evening, it was a Thursday evening about 8 p.m., we were just, it was crushing. You know, this nonprofit was going to use that money, those funds, to build free Wi-Fi for their community, the underserved community in Marin. And it was really sad when that happened. And it wasn't even that great of a attack. There was several red flags that would have prevented anybody that was just had a little bit of education on what the threats are out there. That should not have happened. So we take the time to educate our clients. We meet with them on a regular basis. We provide security awareness training, and we do other things like that to protect our clients from these type of threats. So the big thing now is cybersecurity insurance companies are making it really hard to apply for this type of insurance because they don't want to pay the claims anymore. If you can imagine, back in the day, we would jump in a station wagon, get 5 kids in the back of the car, and just drive around, and no seat belts, nothing. But then with all the accidents and things happening, we started having seatbelt laws. And then we had to have a car seat. We had to make sure the children were strapped in until pretty older age now than before. And that's because we're preventing these type of events. So the cybersecurity insurance companies require you to fill out a pretty thorough application. The city and county of San Francisco now are really cracking down on nonprofits to make sure that they're compliant. So if you're working with the San Francisco Health Plan or the San Francisco Department of Health, you need to be HIPAA compliant. So there's a short list of all the things you need to kind of qualify for cybersecurity insurance in order to become HIPAA compliant. I'm not going to go through this. It's a lot. So you have to have a process in place that you follow, and so that you can prevent these type of incidences. So the underwriting standards are what they insist you do. Compliance is doing what they insist you do. Success is proving that you're doing these things. Otherwise, you will not be able to file a successful claim. If you say you have multi-factor authentication turned on and you don't, they're not going to pay your claim. If you got a phishing email and they find out you didn't have that turned on. So these are the simple things you could do to protect your organization. So the compliance is now being enforced by cities and counties across the country, so that if you are receiving important funding, they want to make sure that you're safe and that you don't have these type of incidences. A lot of nonprofits and a lot of organizations need to become HIPAA compliant, and we can help. And how we help is by, we have a program that we call Compliance as a Service. But even a step back from there, whatever IT company you're working with, you have to talk to them and make sure that they're doing their jobs and that you have what I would refer to as an advanced security stack, something that has monitoring. So if you have an antivirus, that's great, but you actually need to have an advanced endpoint protection that's monitored live 24/7, because how do you know if all your computers have an updated version of that antivirus? So you have to make sure. You just miss one and that's all it takes. So I'm here tonight. Just got back from Galactic Advisors event. I consider them my cybersecurity coach. They're a wonderful organization, and they're on a mission to save 1 million people from cybersecurity threats. And in order to do that, I have an offer of where we can offer everybody in the room tonight and everybody virtual what we call a third-party assessment. And it literally takes about an hour and 15 minutes of your time, a 30-minute call with me, and we'll discuss your risks and what type of things that you're doing so we could understand what your needs are. And then we'll do a very simple, what we call a penetration test. It's non-invasive, doesn't install anything on your computers. And it's a real simple process. It doesn't take much time. You just got to get 3 to 5 people to click on a link and run this test. It doesn't install anything. It just runs a few dots across the screen, goes away. And what it's doing is it's looking at your computers from the eyes of a hacker. What would they find if they got on your computer? It's just valuable information. Whether you work with us or not, we'll share that report with you. You'll be able to share that report with your current IT team and at least understand what risks you have right now. That QR code will go straight to a landing page on my website where you can sign up and take advantage of this offer. We also have a QR code in the back of the room that you could take a picture of that as well. We're not going to do QAs yet, but that's pretty much all I have for today. And I just really recommend that people pay attention to their computers, even your computer at home. If you haven't backed it up, what would happen if somebody got on that computer and just deleted all your pictures? You know, I've had a friend that happened to, and he was really into taking a lot of photographs and for years of his family and friends. And one day he showed up, the computer was ransomed and all the stuff was encrypted and gone. So if you have a personal computer, go to Costco, get an external hard drive, back up your computer with the software that's built into the hard drive, unplug it from your computer and stick it in a drawer. That's the only way that data is going to be safe. Because what hackers do today is they not only encrypt your data on either your network, they could ransom every computer in your organization. And could you imagine what it would cost to have PCS Technologies reload every computer in your organization? it would be a very expensive process. It would be very time consuming, and you could actually not be able to serve your mission for maybe a couple weeks, right? So this is really important stuff. And, you know, PCS Technologies has been supporting nonprofits for over 25 years. I'm currently the outsource IT director for 41 nonprofits here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Really proud of that. We've just gone through a process and helped Meals on Wheels become HIPAA compliant. They had an opportunity to get a new contract with the San Francisco Health Plan to serve medically tailored meals. So if you're a senior citizen and you have some chronic disease, they're actually providing nutrition that'll help you have a, you know, just a better quality of life. So these are the things we're doing. And I just wish you would take me up on it. Again, there's no cost. It'll only take an hour and 15 minutes of your time. Thank you very much, everyone.